notice of and to attend meetings and public bodies in which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon in accordance with the provisions of this Act. The Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Star Ledger Express Times and submitted to the Town Clerk, Town of Belvidere, January 8, 2018. Please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Rader?
Yes.
Mr. Lucas? Mr. Matlock?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. McNamara?
Here.
Here.
Mr. Blunt?
Here.
Dr. Tucker?
Here.
Mrs. McKee Howell?
Here.
And Mrs. Bowman?
Here.
I guess I'm not here.
Did I start with you?
Yeah. Yeah, but I said
Yes, I did too.
Is it okay?
It's okay.
It's affirmative.
Mrs. Smith answered in the affirmative.
I'm such a follower.
Good evening. We reached the point in our agenda for our first public participation. Do we have any comments or questions from the public this evening? Yes.
I'm Dawn Schnutzer. I'm the teacher at Oxford Street. I was going to email Mr. Kruger this today, but I figured I'd come to the meeting. I want to thank Mr. Kruger and all of our administrators for giving the MD students the opportunity for community-based instruction. Years ago, I hounded Mr. Kruger when I had the thought in my head, and those that know me know I don't stop. And luckily, he trusted me and we embraced it. And we go on once-a-month trips for the last couple of years, and the difference in the students, I cannot even tell you guys, and I just want to publicly thank them. I went to a multiple disability open forum with about 12 different schools from Morris and Sussex and Warren County. And we excel at what we do compared to what even the bigger schools do with the opportunities that we give our kids. So I just want to thank you guys.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the public this evening? Correspondence.
One letter.
I think we probably cut it down a little bit longer.
Okay. To the Belvidere School District, it is a bittersweet moment for me to let you know that I will not be accepting my contract for the 2018 school year. I will remain in my current position until the end of this school year. I have decided not to return to Belvidere next year in order to pursue other job opportunities. My decision to leave was not an easy one and in no way a reflection of the district. I have truly enjoyed working with the entire staff and administration, and I feel so fortunate to have worked in such a wonderful place when I was just beginning my teaching career. Again, I am so grateful to have worked with you and to have had such a wonderful experience in Belvidere. I wish everyone in the district the best of luck in all their future endeavors. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to assist with this transition. Sincerely, Lawrence Stein.
Thanks, John. What's this, John? Superintendent's report.
We're going to start with, we have a presentation tonight with our third graders. Mr. Stables, you want to introduce?
As we like to do throughout the year, we like to show So, can you hear me better now?
He wanted it.
So tonight, we are going to show off a variety of some of the things our third grade students did throughout the year. So without further ado, here's our third grade class.
Nicholas Jones.
My name is Nicholas Jones, and my presentation is on Belvidere.
Nicholas Howell.
Belvidere BOE is mostly known for his amazing work with basketball and his
talks. It is illustrated. Many students did their own artwork, and I know you're going to say, no way, but some of these students are completely talented. And others had some teachers like do the outlining and they did the coloring, but it turned out very, very well. So we have about 3 or 4 pages to read. They're shorter, so not too long. So we have Asa Southwell reading hers. Why don't you tell them, show them your picture first, then you can do your reading.
Hello, my name is Asa. I am an African wild dog. I live in southern Africa's woodlands, mountains, and savannas. Our habitat is being destroyed by humans. We are being poached by humans too. We have been shot and poisoned by farmers who blame us for killing livestock. But we know it was leopards or hyenas. We target creatures such as zebras, warthogs, and insects. Some humans are trying to protect us.
Addison Furman's going to read her page.
Hello, my name is Asin. I am a Rapidos river captain. I live in
Get your back on that one, sister. Ganges River. Ganges. I live in Nepal.
Nepal, India, and
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. My greatest threat is from humans. They are cutting down forests, and that causes dirt and pollution in our water. We also get caught in their fishing nets. Also, we are humans. We are hunted for our meat and oil. Did you know that I swim on one side to flip up food, to step up blood for food?
I thought you were reading this one. Just use this one. And Ethan Hess. Oh, you're in. Okay.
Hello, my name is Ethan. I am a pangolin. My African grassland habitat is being destroyed by fires. Other pangolins and I are being hunted for our scales. Did you know that I will run into a ball and animals try to eat me? We will do something to save us.
And we have Gloria again with her page. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Gloria. I am a black-footed parrot. We live in prairie dog burrows in North America. Some of my predators are the golden eagle, American badger, and rat snakes. We eat mostly prairie dogs, but other rodents as well. Sadly, due to diseases and habitat loss in the early 1900s, there are now only 370 left in the park.
One, exhibit and explain, which is when the children do the research and make either a slide presentation or just do a public speaking type of presentation. So we have that, we have our poetry, we have our book, and now we have one more exhibit and explain from Ethan, who has a very interesting hobby.
So today I have my ventriloquist Demi here who wanted to join me to present in front of everybody. Hi Sophie. Hi Ethan, how are you doing? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. You're welcome. So Sophie, do you remember me telling about Please Fluffy. Yes? Why did the girl sprinkle sugar on her pillow before she went to sleep? I don't know. Why did she do that? So she could have sweet dreams.
Ethan, you want to do the history?
Oh, yes. Fluffy.
Because I love to have you on stage all night, but these people haven't paid admission. One day we'll have to pay for it, Joe.
Ventriloquists became popular in the 18th century over in England. Joseph Atkins was a popular ventriloquist who performed in London and helped to introduce ventriloquism to the USA. In the USA, Fred Russell is regarded as the boss of ventriloquism. He played all around the country, and his dummy looked like a boy. His name was Poster Joe. Due to these two men, they inspired many people, many popular ventriloquists. Some famous ones are Jeff Dunham and Dorsey Lynn Farmer, who just won America's Got Talent. Dummies are not real, but they may appear to look that way. They're made out of plastic, wood, soft cloth, or foam sometimes. The inside parts are called the interior finger, keys, and switches. I will show you those parts inside my dummy here, Slappy. So in here, this white lever right here, well, this big stick right here turns the head. Hello. This white switch I just saw moves the mouth. Hello again. See, the stick again can also do something else. When I was making Slappy look like he was laughing, I took this switch and made like a giggling noise while I did this with the neck. All you have to do is just take the stick and push it up. But the problem is, if you don't have like a rubber band as you see right here, if you put the head up too much, it'll fall right off. And I not that happen. So, do you have any questions about ventriloquism?
I do.
Yes.
Does he get offended if people call him a dummy?
Who are you calling dumb? Are there any more questions?
Good job. Our third graders will come up to do a bow for you. That's our little show for the
Great job, guys.
Yes. Sid, do. But Tahiti, sabbatical, there's no problem.
Listen, I don't think you have to actually stay for a meeting.
No. I want T-shirts written up that say Ethan Hess and like the little dummy. You saw me here first. All right, let's go. Oh Lord, that means you, brother.
I said goodbye. I don't even know where she went.
Okay, I just have a couple more things that it's hard. That's a hard act to follow, so I won't say too much. I just want to comment on Mr. Schnezzer and the MD program. I think she does an outstanding job. I will say though, I think you did this a disservice today. If we had known that the dogs were going to be attacking Officer Riley, I think all the administration would have been there to see that.
We went on one today with Officer Riley, and I think he had worked on it. Canine administration was him.
The board would have been here to see it.
I got to see the pictures. It looked like a lot of fun. I just hadn't been there. So I do a great job. Thank you for the refreshments. As we move to the end of the year, a couple of just reminders. The graduations, 8th grade graduation is on the 14th, and high school graduation is on the 15th. We also do have a half a day this Friday. It's we're just trying to find it on the calendar. It does exist somewhere. It's not very wide open.
On the full year calendar.
On the full year calendar. I want to thank Mr. Staples Monday night having the 100-year celebration, the open house at 3rd Street. He sent some pictures. It seemed like it was very well attended. I couldn't make it a family obligation, but Brian, thank you for doing that, and thank you to the committee. They did an awesome job. Ms. Galen, you're part of that too. They did just a wonderful job, and some of the artifacts were fantastic. So very well done. We are going to have executive tonight where Officer Riley will go over discuss the security assessment. If you have any questions for that. And then finally, I did complete my part of the evaluation, so you probably all got an email at some point in the day yesterday, or you will shortly, to get that process.
I got an email saying you had completed it, but I didn't get the second prompt for us to do our
Okay.
piece yet. Yeah, so probably shortly.
That's all.
Thanks. Questions for Chris?
Can I piggyback real quick? I thought that the 100-night museum, or 100-year museum was great. It was cute. It was great. A lot of public got to see the building and see the school. I know that Councilwoman Napolitani was with me, and we kind of walked through, and I kind of talked to her a little bit about the building, things that she didn't know about it, everything else. So I thought it was really, really great. It was great to see Brian there, and it was a late night and everything else, but it was really cute. It kind of tied our community together. It was nice.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Any other questions? Comments? Personnel items, we have an add-on 1 through 14B. Can we get a motion and a second? 14C.
Motion.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in the back. Pardon me. 14C, pardon me. Who's the motion?
Brian's motion on
Brian.
second.
Okay. Discussion.
14A. I know that just came in tonight. I'm confused. So do we have to have to post a position now? Is that what we're looking at? Have we kind of figured that out?
No, actually 14C will take care of
Or
that.
14A. Okay, 14. Oh, I got a back part.
Since
Sorry.
that's a person that was going to be reduced
Okay.
to cuts.
So we slid a reduction into a position.
Correct.
Okay. And what is that? Where is she going? We don't know the structure yet on where she's going. Or is she going to stay? Just going to stay where she is?
Jessica will say she is the first grade.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Didn't realize there was two sides.
Good question.
Yes, Brian.
On number 5, what is the sequencing of the hiring and the tenure? We ran into trouble with a guy a few years ago.
So, as you can see that with the hire, so for Chris was hired outside of the district, so he had to go through a 4-year tenure process.
Plus a day, right?
Plus a day, so July 2nd would be here, well actually July 25th, because he was hired on the 24th. Jessica, because she was already previously tenured in the district, only had to go through a 2-year process to receive tenure.
Okay.
So July 2nd, she was received.
And I'm not on the personnel committee. I don't think I've ever been, actually. The only time I've gotten involved as part of the board was looking at non-tenured people. Is it normal for the for you to recommend tenure, or for the Personnel Committee to recommend tenure? And is the Personnel Committee privy to the paperwork? And by the way, I don't have any problem substantively with, is Chris here?
Yeah.
It has nothing substantively to do with the appointment, it's more of a process question.
Okay,
Can
so
you
I'll answer-
tell?
I'll answer the question in my thought process, and I am sure I'm going to do the same thing in my answer. Maybe.
Why are you looking at me?
Because normally we would go through the process where with the non-tenures, where we do go through all the evaluations.
Non-tenures.
I'm sorry.
Got it.
Non-tenures,
Yep.
yes. For the administration specifically, we did not do that. We had more of a general, quick discussion. Any issues, is that more my question.
At a Personnel Committee
At
meeting.
a personnel committee, but they did not see the evaluations. And as I received that question in a different form today, I will take the fault for that because we're using a new evaluation tool this year, piloting through the state, so I didn't have all the information as, I don't want to convolute the conversation. It's a different form, so it's not as easy to understand as the old form that we used for 1, 2, 3, 4.
In response to number 5, in years past, I've always been on personnel somehow. We've always seen evaluations, we've always discussed it. This year, Chris and I spoke today briefly. It's kind of, we had an issue with Parkland, we had an issue with changing our budget, we had a lot of issues. Yes, we have definitely always seen evaluations. We've always in-depthly discussed anybody coming in for tenure. I know Mr. McInerney and I have spoken. It's a long-term commitment. I remember the time you used it as a marriage example. It is. We are connected to that person forever. We this year, in my personal opinion, have not followed past practice in terms of seeing all the evaluations as well as vetting it as thoroughly as we maybe possibly have in past. However, that could be due to multiple things, such as the incident with Parkland and our budget change and everything else. It could also be due to the staff and everything else and just circumstances. I agree with you, Brian. I don't substantially have an issue with either of our administrators on here, but I would definitely agree with the statement that process maybe is not followed as it has been in years past. I don't know, Sean, if you want to weigh in on that.
Well, I think, Chris, I think you just acknowledged that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I wouldn't argue with that. I did remind Ms. Furman in our brief conversation today that while the process has been where it shows evaluations, that is not by any means a standard operating procedure throughout the state. That is more of a courtesy.
It's 12 years past practice.
Fair.
I would describe it as past practice.
Right, it's our past practice. We supersede the state in many things.
So that being said, in light of the fact that we have action taken this evening, what's both of you, with Brian, you raised the concern that you raised, or at least the discussion point. Any
Yeah.
concern with moving forward?
I don't. I just had questions about how it came about, that's all.
Process
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Okay. And Deb, I assume you're in the same.
I mean, yeah, I understand not the process. I just was confused on why this year, since it was also addressed last board meeting, why it's been different this year. But I don't disagree with either Mr. Carabinas or Mrs. McKinney. I think that just from public feedback and from board meetings and all the above and Monday's baseball game and beyond that, I mean, they are superior and they're an outstanding addition to our district. I just
I
don't.
think we were an issue if it was recommended non-renewal if the process was followed.
Was that done? Sorry.
It says it'd be more of an issue if it was a recommendation for non-renewal.
Right.
That would be a
follow
different discussion.
process and it was vetted out. So.
Anything else on that item 5 or anything else on 1 through 14C?
Yes, sorry, it's me.
No
problem.
No problem.
Coaches, I know cheerleading. Do we have a child on the team? Okay. Any other teams I need to be aware of that have a child on the athletic team?
None that I see.
I'm looking.
No, neither kids swim, right?
I was just thinking the same thing. Not every kid swim, right? Okay. I figured they would know before I would.
I didn't think so.
I'm good, thank you.
Anybody else from the board with comments, questions? Personnel. Roll call, please.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Rader?
Yes.
Mr. Natma?
Yes.
Mr. McInerney?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lund?
Yes.
Dr. Buzza?
Yes.
Mrs. Lucina?
Yes.
Mrs. Curry?
That's me so fast. Yes to all but Angela Exley for cheering coach and competition cheer coach.
Mitchell?
Yep.
Under education, we have a revision on 21, so can we get a motion and a second on items 15 through 22 with the revised revision?
Motion.
Second. Discussion.
Question. So number 16, approve DMD and preschool disability summer enrichment program. Oh wait, that was what I was looking for. Sorry. Oh, number 17. So the contract tuition with Huron Central, are we receiving or are we sending?
Receiving.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Any abstentions? On business 23 to 28, can we get a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Discussion. No questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I abstain on 26 and 27.
Continuing business?
We have made little progress on the educational foundation, so we should go back burner over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, it's a busy time of year. Also, just very quickly, I wanted to mention to my board that another strategic planning meeting this evening. I wasn't able to complete it, so I was with negotiations. Chris and Carrie jumped in. We have a survey that I believe we completed. They were in the process of completing when I walked out. That we're going to start giving to a lot of the stakeholders in the community and the schools. Believing as early as the senior award to be the first go around that, where we know we have yeah. When we know we're going to have some bigger events where a lot of community members are going to be at, that's one, 2 graduations, kindergarten graduations, another one too. Just some general questions about the district as a whole. And the committee worked really hard on getting those questions fine-tuned. So really appreciate that. So that'll be coming down very quickly as well.
Okay, good. The only thing I have is at our last meeting, Mr. Blum had made a motion and we acted to establish an ad hoc committee to study issues related to enrollment. And I've spoken with Bob and he's agreed to chair the committee. So if any board members are interested in serving on that committee, if you could let myself and Bob know. And then we also have to, I know we had talked about other stakeholders outside of the board that would also be part of that, need to be at least invited onto the committee as well. So Chris, if you could follow up on that prior to the next meeting.
Will do.
Okay. Anything else on that? No? Any other committee, any other continuing business?
Speaking as a member of the community, it was really nice. I have to say that this year's music concert for the spring concert, having to be through both the early session and the late session, was probably the best I've seen in all my years attending. I thought that it was, Mr. Reed had really done a nice job. Obviously, it was Roselli and Mrs. Keeley. I thought it was just very nicely done. The fundraiser with the food was fantastic, and it was definitely one of the best ones we've had in many, many years. It was also, both Mr. Carabinas and Mr. Staples were present. It was nice to see them around with everybody. Monday night was great with the 100-year with Mr. Staples, as well as, after leaving that, I went to a baseball game, and Mr. Carabinas was out there on the field with the kids and everybody else. It was really, it was a very nice 3 weeks with our administration. And I will say my daughter was very nervous because Mr. Karuba was going to be sitting in front of her as she recited her poem. So, I mean, they obviously know, you're very well seen at the school and they all know who you are. So it was just, it's a nice, our administration is very well seen throughout the community. So.
That's an excellent point, and a big part of leadership is visibility and being there. So, I agree. I think it really does reflect very nicely on the entire administrative team. Thank you, Jeff. New business. Any new business? Anybody on the board? Public participation. We have a second public participation. Any comments or questions? No? Okay, we have an exec session. Can we get a motion and a second on that?
Motion.
Second.
No, the HME matter is all.
It is hereby resolved the board will now go into private session to discuss. Are we doing negotiations too? Or are we?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, so negotiations and security, not yet. So negotiations and security. Any discussion held by the board which need not remain confidential will be made public as soon as practicable. Private minutes of the private session will not be disclosed until the need for confidentiality no longer exists. The board will reconvene in public session at the conclusion of the closed session, but we will not be taking action.